Hey everyone, happy 2022. I wanted to come on here and let you know that I've created shirts for the podcast with a wonderful emblem that I worked very hard on. And I wanted to give everyone here a chance first to get one and to enjoy the feel of and the energy of Stripped Down to Love, not only in your ears but on your skin, and just to wear it around town and to be proud of yourself just how I am. Alright, so again, happy 2022 and I love you. Have a wonderful day. So if you're wondering how you can get a shirt, you can DM me on Instagram _stripdowntolove_ and I will get back to you as soon as I can, or you can go to _ Jennie JENNIEXOLUV_ and I will see you there. Thank you so much. Hi everyone, welcome to the Stripped Down to Love podcast video where the essence of love comes from within. I am your host, Jennifer. Thank you so much for being here with me and listening to the Stripped Down to Love podcast video in this very moment. I appreciate it so much. Okay, so today is the Health is Wealth edition. So in today's episode, obviously, we will talk about physical health and how physical health is wealth. We will discuss how caring for your physical body can in turn elevate your energy and vice versa. So your physical health and energy are directly linked. Hold on. I'm here. Don't chew many things, okay? This is my little man. His name is G Money. He is a Frenchie. Today he is 2.5 months old. But he is by my feet and he is licking things. So we just want to keep him safe and I had to go check on him. But we want to introduce you to the world, G Money. Say hi. Okay, let's get back to it. So we were talking about how physical health and energy are linked. And they definitely are. So if you didn't watch Nurturing Your Energy edition, I recommend you do so because it takes you on a journey of throughout many activities that will help you to reset your energy. So long resets, shorter resets, quick resets, things like that. I will also sit down and discuss like how eating less processed foods and making juices is really good for your body too. So let's do our opening meditation and take a deep breath, relax into it. I had to relax into it too because I had to pick up G Money and show him off to the world. So let's take a deep breath in and out. Imagine the softest white light coming down and embracing your body. White light is innervating your heart space and caressing your heart. You are working with white light today in order to give yourself permission to provide yourself a self-care, self-love whenever you need it. Remember to always provide yourself self-love and self-care first. Take a deep breath. Doing self-care practices is not selfish. Take another deep breath. Now imagine pink light coming down and caressing your body for this specific episode. All right, so now that you have done this, I want you to say, I am safe. I am here to just be. I am here to remember. And now I am ready to continue. Take another deep breath in and out. All right, so what is physical health? Physical health, obviously, the well-being of one's material or physical body, where one's organs are working succinctly together. Our bodies are the vessels that we use to navigate this earth, and without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do here on earth. Whether it be living out your life's purpose, having fun, on earth, going for hikes, connecting with nature, experiencing nature's gifts with this body. So that's why I wanted to obviously provide this information too, because this physical body and our bodies are the vessels in which we use to navigate this earth, and where we are able to move energy, and where we are able to replace energy and bring energy with us and love wherever we go. And it is important for us to take care of this vessel because we only have one. So additionally, experiencing nature doesn't always have to be defined as doing an activity outdoors. You could go to a farmer's market and pick up fresh fruits and vegetables and make your own food at home, so you could still be physically going to the farmer's market and picking out curated fruits and veggies that are non-processed but are filled with the utmost love from the farmers. So I'll get more into that in a little bit. So cooking at home for me is inspiring because one really gets to work with what nature gave you, right? For me, I get to feel the energy that the farmers put into their crop. So I love to go to the farmers market, especially every Wednesday here on the Big Island. We have it. It's close by my work, so I really enjoy doing that, and I love to meet the people who sell and make these wonderful items. It's that whole idea of farm to table type of thing, right? Okay, so for me, you can truly capture the from farm to table vibrations, frequency, when you are working with local products grown in your own backyard. So I think that is one aspect, just one of many aspects that makes Hawaii so special. Farming and agriculture is such a big part of how we sustain ourselves here in Hawaii, and one way we continue to perpetuate the essence of Hawaii's culture, and Hawaiian culture at that. Agricultural businesses here in Hawaii, especially with produce, they really shine to me. They put their energy, energy specifically and directly from God, or all that is. I don't know anybody specific, but I'm just going to use my words, into their products themselves, right? So their green thumbs and inset knowledge, as well as passed down knowledge through many generations of farmers of growing food and produce and working with nature, is unmatched to me. In my eyes, you can also taste the love and care in the food when you go and handpick farmers market crops. I don't know, it's just difficult to explain, but I wanted to bring it up because I think that it's an important way for us to operate these days. So what is energetic health? Energetic health can be defined as light that is emanating from within, that is constantly funneling out and back to you. So out and back to you. Your light from within shines outward and is reflected back into you with great speed and precision, connecting you further inward and connecting you to your intuition. So, what is energetic health? Energetic health to me is defined as obviously your aura. So the light that surrounds you or that emanates off of you, off of your energy points that you have set within your body, and they move in and out. The frequency and the vibration of it, and whatever you're feeling, however it's in tuned at that time, will reflect off of you and back. And obviously that always goes and leads to, because to me, your light is frequency that always leads back into the law of attraction and manifesting. So creating your life. All right. So your light is from within, but it is also connecting you further inward. But remember now, it's always a choice. And to me, we were always upgrading and we were always reflecting what we see in our reality is a reflection of what is going on inside. And to me, I was wondering, why am I bringing this up at this moment in time? Why does this matter? To me, this matters because, and it is important to share, because what is going on within us is a reflection and reflects in our reality. So to me, eating non-processed foods, or as much as you can, not eating processed food. So yeah, I was wondering, why am I bringing this up? So everything that is going on within, you can see it in your reality, right? So for me, it is very important for you to try and not eat processed foods continuously, or eating quote unquote junk food, unhealthy food, because a lot of the times that is the food that weighs us down, right? That lowers our frequency. Well, and also sometimes in certain moments in time, you do need that type of food, or like ice cream, cookies, which I love. I love ice cream and cookies, to ground you so that you can continue to be focused. So you don't just float off and float into the space and not really get anything done, right? So sometimes you need that type of food to stay focused. So I totally get that, and I am not putting down junk foods, but just kind of telling you when to use it and when it's important to use it. Okay, so how are physical health and energetic health linked? Physical and energetic health, I believe, work together to move you forward, and or when one is not well, the knowledge of caring for yourself, either in a physical or energetic way, can assist the other. So your physical body can help your energy field. Your energy field can help fix your physical body. And so can you imagine when both of them are at a specific frequency and at a high frequency, how much further you can get either in the spiritual realm or the physical realm? So to me, it's really, really important. Health is wealth in this episode. So yeah, so let's discuss how we can care for our physical bodies. So caring for your vessel, it's the only one you got. All right? It's the only one you got. Exercise. So do at least 30 minutes of cardio or aerobic exercise 3 to 4 times a week. If you can't do 30, you can definitely start off at 15, 20 minutes a day. And even though you may think it's so difficult, trust me, I don't know if I ever said this, but I did do the Spartan race here in Hawaii. I came in 2019, 18 out of 189. So because of college, I hadn't really, exercised as much as I did, but I knew that I could do it because when I was in high school, I used to do, what? Can I even remember? A lot of swimming, so a lot of sports. But, also growing up on a farm, it makes you realize that you have to, if you don't produce, you don't eat, right? So that was the kind of knowledge that I went into, returning to sports, returning to working out. And it was hard. My body was so sore. Like, I mean, when I first started back into it, let me tell you, my body was sore. Yes, it's difficult. It is difficult, but it's the best thing that could have ever happened to me because it helped me to get back into exercise. And some days when my day is so long, and this is before I had G Money, and I would come home and feel really bad about myself, or not bad about myself, but about my day. I would be able to go outside and exercise it, and all the things that were bringing me down, exercise my body. All the things that were bringing me down were helping me exercise helped me to kind of put it on the back burner and not exacerbate the negative energy, but just to clear it and to bring it down to a more tolerable level where I could analyze it from a clearer perspective, right? And then you realize that it's not really that big of a deal. You're just kind of, you were just a little hurt, but not so much where you can't continue your day or continue being happy for the things that you have. So, I think exercise saved my life, like really. I love like how I feel. I love that I can do certain things that I didn't even know that I could before this. And So I would also say to do at least 20 minutes of high intensity interval training, so HIIT training 3 to 4 times a week. If you can't do like straight cardio, or if running is like not your thing, so that's good too. So if at first these times, like I said, aren't ideal for your body or your mind, like, hi Jen, I really can't do that, then 10 minutes is definitely okay. It's totally fine. Then you can just work your way up, okay? This is what I always tell my patients. You don't have to like run in there or like hit the ground running. Starting slowly and being consistent is very important, okay? So, I already told you about the story about how I got back into exercise and how I did the Spartan race, and that was a really exciting time. So, if you are having doubts about exercising and thinking that it may take up too much time, so I want to impress upon you this. If you think about it, exercise can only extend your life. So that half an hour that you are working out, you add lifetime to your life. So you're adding on to your your expected human timeline, all right? So it may feel like torture at that time, because trust me, sometimes I'm like, why am I running so far? Why am I gonna do this? Well, I have to run far because I have to go around the block and I have to come back home. And I just remind myself of that. So like I said, it may feel like torture at the time, but again, today's topic is health is wealth, abundance of health. Okay? So like I said, let's talk about eating less non-processed foods, okay? So like I always say, I understand that eating non-processed foods can be expensive, especially here in Hawaii. I mean, everything is like, the prices are very inflated, and I'm not going to, sugarcoat that, because it's true. But eating non-processed foods can be expensive, and it may not be within your reach. at this specific time. But I will share like information so that you can have it on hand or in your mind when you need it, or when you go to the grocery store you can be like, okay, maybe I'll start by buying one thing today, and then ease yourself into eating non-processed foods or having your eye open. So hopefully some of the information that I shared today will be up in your subconscious somewhere, and when you go to the grocery store then you'll hear my voice. So the less non-processed food is the basis, or the infrastructure has not been morphed with heat, with damage, with being cut down, diminished, dried, made into a powder, by being ground up or added preservatives to it, right? So it's just straight from the ground to the stove, to the table, to you. Or in other cases, it doesn't even have to go on the stove. Raw foods are awesome too. So non-processed foods have not been messed with at all, just grown and loved. Okay? So the less processes that the food undergoes to get to you, to nourish you, the more nutrients there is in the food. The heat breaks down proteins. Proteins are vital for making new muscles, to adding to collagen. Proteins are the basis of many they're enzymes, enzymatic or metabolic cascades within our body. Okay, so it nourishes your body and or helps to activate specific biochemical pathways to help guide your metabolism in the right direction. The more processed it is, the less good nutrients that are bioavailable for you. Okay, so cooking more at home. So I love flavoring my food with different spices rather than using salt, because this could lead to having hypertension. Okay, so if you ever went to the doctors and they're like, well, stay away from salt. So this is the reasoning why, because salt calls in water. So wherever salt is, water goes. And if you have a lot of salt in your system, then you're really puffy. Then you have the chance of giving yourself hypertension, and that could stay for a long period of time until you take medication, okay? But we just want to decrease the chances of you having hypertension, all right? So this could lead into having hypertension, like I said. So using herbs can be a good way to flavor your food rather than using salt or MSG, or using like other herbs are good, and other veggies and green leafy vegetables. So when you cook at home, at least you know exactly what you're going to put in your food. Like I said, when you're cooking at home, you can see everything that's going into your food, especially if you're using like raw ingredients, then pretty much you can tell if there was any additives or anything put into it, right? Okay, so eating healthy. Some examples of eating healthy. It's not only juicing, but I would say it is going to the farmer's market or eating just, how did I start this? I'm trying to think back. Well, how did I start eating healthy? I just decided to buy quinoa one day. I decided to go on Instagram and look up all of these healthy recipes and watch these like really quick videos. I decided to just take the leap, into the decreased non-processed foods and eating it, like quinoa, chia seeds, making chia seed pudding, things like that, and making juice. So in this episode, I will definitely, I use a Huron juicer. It's a macerating slow juicer. I know there are a couple other ones out there. G-Money, what you doing? Sorry, he's getting into things. I know that there are a couple ones out there, but I started with the Huron juicer. It was I like the macerating, the slow juicer, because if you think about it, so pestle and mortar. I don't know the word right now. Anyway, that thing, the thing that it's a bowl and then you turn it like this. So that's how you can make paste, right? And it's slow and it still preserves. It's not creating heat. It's not burning. It's not, increasing the heat so much that the enzymes are breaking down. So that's why I like the macerating slow juicer, because it's very, very, it preserves things well, okay? So here are some juice recipes for you. Spinach, kale, lemon, apple, turmeric. So turmeric is really good, or olena, like we call it in Hawaii, is really good for anti-inflammatory purposes. And as you know, spinach and kale, those are really good green leafy vegetables. Lemon just adds a little bit of, like, to me, I like to look at it as it increases the frequency in your juice. Okay, so celery, blueberry, lemon, mint. So these are the juices that I used to make in when I used to make a lot of juice and have like just a small juice business. And then so this is really hydrating and full of antioxidants. Coconut water, blue algae with pineapple. So you can obviously put the coconut water with pulp in it and it looks divine. So you can also add chia seeds into it. So this one is really good for when you're going like on a longer hike. I think because it's like super hydrating. Even the celery and blueberry juice, I think that is really good for you. It gives you just enough sugar to keep going, but the hydration is one of the more important things. I mean, I think any juice on a hike, because you get the sugar, you get the carbs, you get the hydration, and those antioxidants that you need to like help with all the muscle breakdown. I think that that is important too. Okay, so lastly, let's talk about tips for taking food on the go. Because I always thought that, during this diet or this type of diet, you get really hungry, especially if you're exercising and things like that. So I just wanted to share a couple of tips that could help your physical body. Yes, we're not talking that much about energy today, but changing the foods and what you put into your body can affect your energy as well. So I think that this is very, very important. So pack snacks that include nuts, grains, dried fruit, or real fruit and veggies to go to work, right? But a trail mix with dark chocolate, you don't have to worry about keeping it in the fridge. So yeah, or nuts and grains too. But like if you pack like real fruits and veggies, then maybe it has to be cold sometimes, and you have to worry about like an ice pack and then like a little cooler, things like that. So those grains, nuts, and trail mix with a little bit of chocolate for the little bit of sugar is going to be very vital for you to go on the go. Okay, so protein-based foods keep you full longer. Pack snacks that don't necessarily need to be refrigerated in reusable packaging. So I use the stasher bags. I think that those I love them. I don't know. And I also use beeswax foil too. So yeah. So cut your snacks into smaller pieces. So it takes longer to eat when it's in smaller pieces. And when you're eating it or taking the time to eat it, then you can start to, that 20 minutes has passed so that you feel full already. All right? So I guess this is the end of the Strip Down to Love podcast video, where the essence of love comes from within. I hope you were able to learn about, how energy is linked with your physical body. And if you want me to do another episode where leading first with energy and how it can affect your physical body, because today we kind of led with how the physical body can affect your energy. Well, maybe I'll do that. That's a really good idea. Then I can do that too. Okay, so I hope you learned a lot about how to, just some little tips and tricks how to take care of your physical body. Yeah, so, and how it is linked to your energy. And so now that the Strip Down to Love podcast video has come to an end. I want you to take a deep breath and seal up all of that yummy information you learned here on the Strip Down to Love podcast video. I am so happy that you always join me here on the podcast because I love to do this and I love to learn about myself, and the way that I learn about myself is to share and to write it down and to be creative, and I'm happy that you listen. So as always, I appreciate you. Walk with love daily. Don't forget to breathe, and go cook up some yummy snacks. I'll see you next time. Take care.